Hey, what's going on, coin hunters? Bloc Boi here. And today we're doing something a little bit different. So we'll see how it goes. A little bit of a test run. Essentially, what you guys are looking at is gameplay and GoPro camera footage of the same gameplay. So they're linked. So once they are underway here, all right, you get to follow along in both the gameplay and in the real world. So just to let you guys know where this is actually at, on your left you see a Dragon user vault, which is actually mine. That's the In and Out on Sunset in Hollywood. So we just passed that. You didn't quite get a chance to see it on the live screen, but that's where we're at. So we're going to get underway here real quick. Let me see if I can bring up this. And I got to get I need a trackpad. I have a trackpad, actually. I might just be out of batteries. If you guys hear me slide my mouse around, I apologize. It's kind of annoying. Not a big fan of that either. So if you hear it, that's what that is. But anyhow, I'm just checking a few things. Hopefully I'm not coming in too hot on my mic. And there probably is a small delay. That's something I'm still working through. So if my lips don't completely match my words, I apologize. Once I get everything synced and drop this video, this stream, onto the YouTube, it'll obviously be synced up, but still not sure what I'm doing on my end that's not allowing me to do that. So anyhow, all right, so where are we at here? Looking at the map. Looks like I just passed Hollywood High School. Oh, yep, there's the Chick-fil-A. So that blue vault right there is that Chick-fil-A. So there we go. Now I see somebody. Stream is very laggy. Oh, it's better again. Hey, Leppy. Thanks for joining. Yeah, hopefully it's not laggy. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I'm in the process of trying to switch over to fiber, but it's like a whole installation process. So we're not there yet. But the good news is even if this stream is laggy, I do actually record this as well. And then I take those recordings and I drop them in my YouTube channel. So if people aren't able to follow along, yeah. So if you didn't catch that in the beginning, Leppy, on the one side I have GoPro footage from the Bloc Mobile. I just mounted it to the side, so that's kind of like just driving down the street, obviously. And then on this side is the gameplay, but they're synced. So sometimes as I turn the corner, I actually sync turning the corner. If I remember to do that, but you'll essentially see, like, as we approach, like when I look at the map, I'll recognize certain places and I'll be like, oh, that one coming up is at a so-and-so. And then you'll see that place, approach from the GoPro camera. So that's cool. And I really don't know why. I'm trying to get the chat. There we go. We are here. Okay, so now I can see the chat. Sweet. So, anybody else in here besides Leppy Doctora? And is that how you would say that? Leppy? I should say Leppy for short. Or maybe it's lepid, like fat-based. Octo 8 Ra. That's probably not it. It's an Egyptian ode to the number 8 and fat. No, it's Leppy Doctora. Leppy is fine. Good. 5 viewers. I wonder if they'll talk. I don't know. I hope so. Let's chat about stuff. So, it's not super exciting to watch the game be played, but you'll get an idea of what some of my loops are like. And in this particular hunt, I basically loop around from Sunset. So Sunset and Hollywood both run east-west through Hollywood. and Sunset Boulevard actually is very long. Sunset will go like all the way to the ocean. It'll go all the way to downtown. It turns into Cesar Chavez as you get like out of East Hollywood, it turns and goes south. But anyways, Sunset is very long and has some different things going on with it, whereas Hollywood Boulevard, like the Walk of Fame, Hollywood only goes from Laurel Canyon to where it intersects with Sunset. So another thing that you'll learn when you explore your city, because Coin Hunt World gets you out, gets you moving, and gets you discovering new things. One of the things that I found out was that two roads that in my limited world had always just ran parallel to one another actually intersect at one point. So there's your non-Coin Hunt World related trivia for the day. I mean, technically it's still Coin Hunt World related. So let's see, where am I here? Oh, I pulled down a little side street. All right, I'm gonna turn left. There's gonna be a key right here on the right. There's actually a police station on the left side there that you can't see because of how the camera's oriented. But that's Hollywood Police Station. There's a key right about there. And then I'll bust the left and on Cahuenga and actually head back up there. So my route isn't always a straight line. True Goy in the house. Thanks for joining, True Goy. Yeah, so you'll see kind of the method to my madness a little bit here. Can't give away the farm, you know. It's not as easy as just saying, hey, if I transplanted myself to Los Angeles and had these fertile grounds to hunt like Bloc Boi does, then I could be number one. Probably not. You know, there's more to it than that. That's part of it, right, is where you hunt. But there's a lot of strategy involved. And, yeah, I do what I do, and we'll see how it goes. This is kind of a weird month for me because normally I don't stay in first place the entire time. And a lot of you have probably noticed that. People always comment when they see Bloc Boi in a position other than like the top 3, really. I've seen Illusion Weaver, thank you for joining. I'm glad that you like. Yeah, so I thought that this would bring a new dynamic to it because Twitch is like you're watching someone play, you're also watching them. And so far, when I stream the gameplay, just because this is a game that's GPS based, just like Pogo, you can't really do both at once. And I thought this was actually the coolest way to do it, so you can see the game being played, the real world environment where the game is being played. And you can see me talk about it with my sweet new Bloc Boi shirt, if anyone hadn't noticed that. So, what was I saying already before that? Camera footage, reverse. It might come back to me, it might not. Yeah, there's a lot to the game. Anyhow, so what did we just get here? So when you see me doing this, that's me looking at the footage. So I'm watching the game with you guys so that I can comment on it as I get stuff. So we're coming up on a user vault here. And let me see, where is this one? Not sure. I think I lost track of where I was. LinkedIn is for professionals. I signed up. Well, I don't know if I signed up. I must have, because I get emails from LinkedIn. And it was like, I have never really used LinkedIn as a platform. But I think when I was in college, like we did for something. So where am I here? Turning around. Oh, this is me on Cahuenga. Okay, so that was Hollywood. I just turned it around at Hollywood because I'll come back up there. So I hit that road because, I don't know, I just prefer hitting Cahuenga going north from Sunset to Hollywood, and then I'll come to Sunset later, even though I come to that exact same corner when I complete my loop, which you'll see later. But so here's me cruising back down. I have a buddy with a bar right there. If you're ever in LA, go to the Elbow Room. The Elbow Room. It's on Cahuenga between Sunset and Hollywood Boulevard, and it's like a sports bar, pizza joint, but they have like this amazing brick-fired pizza. It's phenomenal. There's that one guy that reviews pizza that seriously needs to come check out the Elbow Room. fire. And there's a key at the elbow room, coincidentally. So gonna come back up to Sunset and turn left again and head east. So the camera footage is a new thing I hope people like. So who else is in here? Illusion Weaver, you still in? You just popped in. I'm trying to figure out like what the interface actually looks like when I'm... So I think... So does this mean that these people are in the room? I see these... No. How do I know who's in this room? People always say, oh, there's X amount of people. Or... Hey! Princess Hyena joined us. Thank you. You recognize this neighborhood, huh? Looks somewhat familiar. Thanks for joining. But yeah, I don't know where my users in chat. Is that what it is? Ah, okay. I want to see that without moving out of the chat, though. All right, cool. So we got, it says we got Discoursed, Hamel Official, Illusion Weaver, Lepidoctura, and Trugoy, and Hyena. Oh, but only for a second. Awesome. So anyhow, hanging a left here. So where we are? Oh, okay. We're coming up on. Yeah, we're coming up on the dome. So right here is there's like a theater and like a big food court. So there's this dome thing, and there's a green key in there. Actually, I think I grab it here. I already forget. I've done the same route so many times. It's like I lose track of what I'm doing there. So that's Art 1980s Vault. I don't know if I've ever seen him in the chat, on the Discord or anything like that, but choosing a category, general knowledge is my go-to. I don't even have time to... So, in stargazing, what is a collection of stars called? And the answer is a constellation. And not to be confused with consolation. Very similar words. Learning English has got to be a nightmare for people who aren't native speakers. So here we are. Okay, that one on the left is a Chipotle, which I'm going to grab. And then on the right is a McDonald's. There you see the McDonald's. I'm actually going to grab that in a second because I go past here. There's a few keys down here. There's actually one of my user vaults at a Pollo Loco. Might end up moving that one. I don't know. It's one of my lower performing ones. I've already... constructed 13 of my own. Don't tell Nico though, because he thinks that I get that many. I mentioned the other day, he said how many had I built, and obviously I've built my own 10 and then a bunch of other ones in the community. But I said, I don't know, I've probably done like 40 total between mine and other ones. And he's like, oh, it's special privileges. No, man. I built my 10, and I've probably moved 3 of them already. So technically I built 13 of my own, although I only occupy 10 current slots, just like every other coin hunt player in the world. And then, dozens of ones in the community from various people. I wish I remembered all of them, because I know it's a lot of the ones that we're going to see in this video I've built, especially the ones that are... So this is like my local loop, the Sunset Hollywood one. So I built probably, honestly, most of the ones that are seen in this video today. Built in terms of with resin. Like, obviously, the individual user stakes the claim on the spot, and it's their vault. So I don't know what I guess I've contributed to. So we got a lifestyle question here. Overstretching the skin can lead to stretch marks. So be careful with that. I'm fortunate enough to have never stretched my skin too much. Everybody's weight fluctuates a little here and there. I don't know. So I guess that was my only comment that I really had prepared. Not prepared, but I can think of for stretch marks. Oh, we got another vault here. What are we getting? General knowledge, lifestyle, final step. So that was one that I didn't actually initially know when I saw it. Guess I'm not big into baking, or at least baking terminology I might not be super familiar with, but proofing. I wasn't aware that was what does that even mean? Is like proofing, really? Yo, Whitmore Sycamore's in the house. Esquire, welcome. One of my lower performing ones. Well, so it's, we have the same amount, Leppy. You just mean that you wish that there was like stratification between the ones that you do have, or do you not have 10 yet? And Akura, thanks for joining. What's up, everybody? There we go. Yeah, you guys talk too amongst each other in the chat. I like to see that interaction. It makes me feel like I'm not just here talking by myself. This is actually, as a person who is very new to streaming, it's honestly kind of weird. So I'm talking as if I'm talking to you guys, but I don't actually know if anybody is listening. And obviously, there's a couple folks who are. A filthy casual. You don't have all of your UVs yet? What are you doing? Well, you know what? We actually appreciate that you are casual when it comes to your gameplay, because I'm probably making all sorts of noises with that bottle. Because we appreciate what you do in the Discord and your presence and what you bring in terms of, assistance for new users. Like, you're so super spot on when it comes to... I just got to take a drink before I start squeezing it. Sweet. It's, the way that you help the community, but also the cool songs, just everything you do. Keep it up, Leppy, but put the rest of your user vault somewhere. Dozers are down, need resin. Yeah, you told me where you hunted before too. You're somewhere like East Coast-ish, I think, if I remember. We're in the Valley of the Hyenas. I gotta find that soundbite. I recognize it, yeah. Anyhow, so where are we at now? Okay, we're going to get a green vault. This is the parking structure to that dome that I pointed out earlier, where there's like a theater, there's like 6 or 7, 8 different places to eat right there. But so I said I'd come back and get the McDonald's. So right there is actually the McDonald's vault, the blue one, and I'll jump over there in a second because I'm right at it right now. So that's why I didn't grab it. Like I said, there's a method to my madness. It's easier to grab it there than grab it in the middle of Vine, because the Chipotle is like right there, and then the McDonald's one is right there. So, pro hunter tip: if you're ever going south on Vine in Hollywood, grab the Chipotle, head down, get my user vault at Pollo Loco, come back, dip around the backside of Cahuenga, go in that parking structure, get the McDonald's vault from inside the parking structure, and then also get the green vault from inside the parking structure, because it's actually located just inside the plaza. But anyhow, Limpy's in the house. Hello. You know what's really funny is, so yeah, as far as paying for parking, no. Because, yeah, that would defeat the whole purpose of going in there and getting that vault, right? It's funny because this stuff has changed over time. When it was locked down, and you couldn't really do much. There's this mall called The Grove. It's really nice and upscale. And for a while, it was like your first 30 minutes, I think. First 30 minutes. It might have been your first hour. I can't remember for sure. But your first amount of time in their parking structure was free. So I was going in there and, there was a couple vaults and a couple keys, and that's where one of the print shops were, even though there's a lot. But it's a nice place to go hang out. It's good for people watching. They've got, a little coffee shop, a bunch of different stuff. So I kind of made it into a routine. And then all of a sudden they switched, and once things started opening back up, there was no longer a free period of time. If you went in and turned right back around and came out, it was $2, and I was like, I don't even make that. So I stopped doing that one. But this one right here, I think it's if you're like 10 minutes or less. As you'll see, just put the ticket back in, and then see ya. So yeah, that one's good. You gotta be fast, Anakura. Yes. Great job in Hawaii. That was pretty epic. That was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Yeah, so also, I guess one new thing to note is, not sure if everybody realized or not, I didn't really do anything. I was kind of like not on my socials for a few days, because I just the other day went to Las Vegas for a quick meet up with Cuckoo Puffs. He had mentioned that if anybody was around, a couple local players went as well. If anybody was around to hit him up, so just so happened I was there as well and got to hit him up. We got to discuss a lot of cool game-oriented topics that I guess I don't know. I gotta hit him with the bat signal, Cuckoo Puff's bat signal, so he can jump in here and let me know if I can disclose any of the stuff that we discussed. I'm sure it's okay. I know one thing that I'll say that we talked about that has been discussed in the Discord, so I know I wouldn't be spoiling anything. Are achievements? Those are being thought of and discussed and worked on, and I can't wait for achievements myself. So that's, I guess, that was me trying to segue into that topic because there's so many. So one of the recommendations that I made, and I really hope that they do this. They might already be planning it. When it sounded like they had this in mind, but so we discussed it. But obviously, like, don't hold me to anything. I just mentioned that it would be really cool if the achievements were structured in the same way that the cubies are, meaning that there's common ones that would be easy to achieve, and then rare ones that, you know, you could get if you worked towards them and you didn't have to put in like a million hours. And then there would be epic ones, which obviously take a lot more time to achieve. And then legendary ones that would take like years, right? Something that, like, I just hate when you're playing a game and they don't have enough forethought to make enough tiers of an achievement. So once you get the highest one and you're like, I got that like 2 years ago. So what's the next thing you're working towards? Like, there should always be something else, even if the final one is impossible, right? You'd have to play the game for 40 years to get there. Like, still have that one out there just so that there is an end to the tunnel or whatever. But it would just be sweet if they matched that same way. So, hair is so fire for sure. Definitely, Princess Hyena's hair is fire. What? But so is mine, guys. Come on, man. So yeah, so I really want to see the achievements. I think it's fun when you have like those little side kind of things that you're working towards in a game. That yeah, just make it a little bit more fun, a little bit more satisfying. I mean, it's already as satisfying in terms of like a game could possibly be because we're getting crypto. It's fun. The community's cool, but yeah, these new elements that they're adding all the time just make it that much better. Like the shop, being able to buy those things. Okay, back to the gameplay. What are we doing here? Where are we? Are we on Hollywood yet? This looks like it might. No. Yeah. What does that street say? Gardner? No. Where are we? Whose vault is that? What's going on here? This gameplay has gotten away from me. Oh, yeah, Anakora, thank you. You're right. I do have hair. It's right here, and it is fantastic. I was blessed with a solid beard. Thanks, Dad. It makes sense now why I've only ever seen my dad in real life once without facial hair, and he still had his mustache. So when my oldest sister got married, her request was that my dad was clean shaven, and he's like, not all the way, right? So he left the mustache, shaved his beard off. Only time I've ever seen my dad without a beard, except for like photos of him when he was younger. But it makes sense now, so I get it. Shaving that thing every day is a pain. Like, to be clean shaven, no. Nope. I was curious, do you and Princess Hyena hunt together in your ride? I often go around with other players, and sometimes it's all she has to keep up the vaults and keys. Oh, sure, keeps me entertained. She's actually funny. We do sometimes hunt together. It seems like we more often hunt when we're not in the car, though. Honestly, like we'll do hunts together in the Blockmobile, but we'll often like walk to the park or like just be out somewhere grabbing a bite or like walking to somewhere, or you know what I mean, like friends that we have that live in the neighborhood that are close. So Princess Hyena is the ultimate example of somebody who can be highly ranked and can get some really cool benefits from the game through the referral process, because since she had referred me and I'm somewhat prolific in the game, yeah, the purple key, right? It's a perfect example. So that's awesome. Not that any of us need any more reinforcement for how important the referrals are in the game, but yeah, so we do that. Playing a lot more this summer. Uh-oh, so there you heard it from her. Might see her on the leaderboards more often. I'm not sure. I'm going to make it hard for anybody. You no special treatment, Hyena. Make you work just like everybody else. Just because you referred me. Thank you, by the way. It's like the best game ever. Best game ever. I'm saying it. It's the best game ever. Yeah. No, Limpy, I know what you mean, right? Safety comes first. So, if you're playing in a moving vehicle, obviously, yes, it helps for like somebody to quarterback, right? So that you have a designated driver. That's essential, right? Somebody who can be careful on the road. And then, yeah, like so it would be really fun to do like a group hunt. It would be really fun to do a group hunt. I'm gonna throw it out there and just like don't hold me to it, but I can see lots of crazy and exciting and zany different videos in the future. If I am able to do with this what I am planning to do, and one might be like a fun passenger van type thing where it's like a whole like a whole caravan of hunters together with a couple GoPros mounted and like that whole experience captured into a video. That would be a lot of fun. Princess Hyena knew about the game super early, right? Like before it was even on iOS. That is correct. She heard about the game probably when it was first released, but because it was only available on Android at first, she was waiting for it to be released on iOS. And then she got it and told me about it. She told me about it before it was out because she knew I'd like it and it was right down my wheel, right in my wheelhouse. And she was right. But yeah, I don't even know. I mean, she might be able to say when she found out about it. I know that I started playing at the very end of October because the Halloween event was going on. And I actually have, I think, the pumpkin QB, or not QB, blueprint. And I have like a little bit of blood that you need for Dracula, which was the epic one for that promotion. And then I think there was 2 rares, because I want to say there was 4, right? I don't know if Illusion Weaver's in here. He might be able to clarify, or even one of the other players who's playing then. But I want to say there was 4. There was like a mummy, a pumpkin, a Frankenstein, and a Dracula in the first special event that dropped unique blueprints. And so that was when I first started playing, but only at the very end. So I really only got like a little bit of a couple different resources, not enough to print anything, in one of the blueprints. And I put, I think it was a green key in the floating vault, and we didn't get 100. It was like 68. So that shows you, like, so when I started playing, there was 5 dozen-ish players. So, yeah. Just look up there. Okay, so right there, where are we at here? What is that? Oh, okay, so I'm still on Sunset. I'm going east. I'm not yet to where Sunset and Hollywood meet. That print shop is at a Target. And then that blue vault is that McDonald's. So they're spot on. I sync those up to where it's like they're almost exact. It's hard to tell though. So hype for green user vaults. Yeah, we don't know exactly how those are going to work yet, do we? Anakura, do you have any insider information on that? Or Illusion Weaver? Or I know I made some recommendations in the feedback forum of some things. Oh, you said who's hyped for green user vaults? Me, this guy. I am super hyped for green user vaults. I can't wait to see how they work. I have an approximate date on release. Kensuji! I just noticed that you're in here. How did I miss your first one? Has it been officially announced? Oh, geez, I skipped over that. Okay, I see where I'm at now. Sorry, it moved a little bit. I don't think it has been officially announced, not that I know of. And how did Princess Hyena find out about it exactly? On Reddit, Wiki says 4 blueprints for that event. Yeah, there was 4 for sure. Jack-o'-lantern, right, I called it pumpkin, mummy, Frankenstein, and vampire. So, which one did I get? I want to say I thought I had the pumpkin. I don't know. Bloop, 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 bloop. Those are quite the awesome views you have down there. We sure don't have palm trees in Canada. Yeah, I've seen actually. So I've seen some of your Twitter pics, I think, and the scenery is a little bit different in the Great North compared to the Southwest. Although these palm trees are definitely not native to this region, these are all imported. But the weather supports them. It's pretty nice here. It's very temperate all year long. So I'm just looking real quick to see. Oh, I have the mummy. I have the mummy. And then my resources. I have some of the resources for the Frankenstein, some of the resources for the Dracula. So I got like, I can't wait for the marketplace to open. I am coming for those items. I want all of them. I want all of them now. Open it. Come on. Illusion Weaver. Cuckoo Puffs. Let's get this thing going. Let's get that marketplace open. I want to buy and sell. Buy and sell. I've got a lot of resources. I know that there's a lot of people that need the resources. It's actually the second largest dinosaur. It's a question that I think is going to be added to the game. Is the Rhesusaurusaurus second largest behind the, what is it? Whitmore Sycamore? It's not the Gigantosaurus. It's the Argentinosaurus or something like that. So, boop boop. Early enough to deserve special compensation. Early. I mean, I don't know. Apparently, the only special compensation I know of. Illusion Weaver, are you in here still? Let me see. Yes. The only special compensation I had heard of was the first and only merch pack was given to Nico G, Sneak OG, whatever he's going by nowadays. And that, to my knowledge, that was the only special compensation that anybody's received. But I feel like, if there's any of that going on, I was in it pretty early too. I'm just saying. Although, don't get it twisted. This is the game itself, and the crypto that you earn is compensation enough. But I like where your head's at. Kentsuji not officially announced, but Illusion Weaver himself has said it's certainly in the works. Yeah. So, power wheels. Give me 1 second. Sorry. Oh yeah. So I was just gonna say, I know there's a lot of stuff that I have that people need. So, Wes, you've got 10 cocktails. Dang. So you had 11 total. Did you use one to create, or did you not get the blueprint, or what's the word there? You're up in Vancouver, right? West Beach? But yeah, I mean, I think I have 8 cocktails. And then the other one that people needed was the dog collar, and I got, I think, 7 of those. But Bloc Boi QB. Yeah, man. Let's make that a thing. So, future event. The epic QB is the Bloc Boi QB. All right, Coin Hunt World, let's make that happen at some point. Give Princess Hyena a QB too. You need the Princess Hyena design a hyena QB. I just realized I need to put a couple sound things in here. This room has some sharp angles. I apologize if some of this is coming across as harsh. So, okay. Woo, that's a lot of drinks. I know, right? I had all my extra cocktails while I was in Hawaii after the purple vaults were solved. Didn't get the blueprint. All right, I'll tell you what. I got the blueprint. I can hook you up. So you'll be looking for the blueprint. I'll be looking to get rid of a bunch of cocktails just like you. Went hard that week. Sounds like it. Dang. And yeah, and what a bummer that you played a ton, because if you got 10 of those, you were playing a lot. Just the blueprint didn't drop for you. That's Van City. Is that what y'all call Vancouver? Van City. Van City. Come visit us. I plan on it. I'm going to. I'm definitely going to visit up there. Hyena QB would be dope for sure. So I don't know. At some point, I would love to do like a some kind of road trip. I don't know. The Amtrak goes up there. PCH goes a long ways. It might be fun. We'll see how it goes. I got some things that are like bucket list items, things that I would love to do. I'm just not sure if I'm going to be able to. I'm trying to make this a thing. This thing that I'm doing here. We'll see how it goes. Hyena QB would be super dope. I wonder what it would look like, right? A princess hyena. In my mind, I just see like the Doge QB, but a hyena, right? So like the dope mohawk type hair and like the bigger ears, because hyena's ears are like, whoo. And then for some reason, this is how I always picture it in my mind. Princess Peach from Mario Kart, from the Mario series or whatever. So it's basically like, imagine something like that. That's what I think of. Want to become famous? Buy followers. Prime. All right, hey Pokemon, quit spamming up my chat, bro. I don't want to buy followers. That's dumb. It's dumb. Desperate. Okay? So thanks, but not doing it. I want everybody that plays this game that is interested to follow me because they want to. All right, how about that? No blueprint for Anakura either. It's got to be frustrating. Matter of fact, so he's not in the room right now, but I have another friend, a friend that plays that during the, what did they call it? The holiday event? I don't know. It was like Christmas, but it spanned New Year. So it was just like the winter months event, whatever it was. There was a snowman. The snowman was the epic one. And my buddy didn't get it. And he's so salty to this day that he didn't get that one. Especially because he was playing with another friend of ours. And he got it like right away, but didn't play as much. So it, you know, the randomness of the drops can get you, but they also can benefit you sometimes. But yeah, he's like, to this day he's mad. He's mad. Did Cuckoo Puffs lace Whistler up or what? You gotta ask him. I mean, word on the street is Leppy might be able to, if she's still in here, might be able to chime in. I think she's the one that said that Whistler apparently is his like favorite place to go. Whistler. I don't know. Doge meets Lion King. Yes, that, yeah, right. Lion Queen, Lion Princess in this case. How often would you say you come across new questions in the game? You're ripping through those questions like photo mem. Yeah. So yeah, that's a little insight into my brain. Little bit of photographic memory, not like weird savant photographic memory, where like, you know, I can recite a novel to you and they'll be like, oh, the first line of page 256 is. It's not like that, but it's like good enough photographic memory to where I never studied. Right? Not really. I think the only time I ever really studied, and so like I, you know, don't tell anybody that. It's out there now. No, I was never much of a studier. There was only a couple classes that I needed it for or needed to study for in college, and they were just because it was like an influx of new terminology, so human anatomy and human physiology, because they were just giving you like just so much stuff, that new words I couldn't just like see, okay, there's 50 new terms and this is what they mean, that I had to study for. So again, not actual photographic memory, but yes, in this game where it's the questions, like I can just kind of like glance at a couple keywords and something and like see the whole thing, kind of. I don't know how it works. So, how often do I come across new questions? Occasionally, not a ton. I mean, I don't know how often they put new questions in the game. But Whitmore Sycamore said he's seen a lot of new ones. I've seen some new ones. I also feel like I've seen some that have changed, and I still see a few that need to be changed. I mentioned, I think I was live streaming the other day. Not many people saw it, and people probably won't go back and watch it. But I had mentioned that the question that's like, which country singer is married to country singer Tim McGraw? Her name is Faith Hill, and she's like a super successful artist, but it says Faith Hall. I loved it. Imagine a scenario in my mind where she's playing it. You know, Tim McGraw's driving and she's like playing it, and she gets that question. And she's like, "What the?" Throws her phone out the window. Probably not. I see one word in the questions and it's like I already know the answer. Yeah, when you write Limpy, if you play it enough, you're like, I've answered these before. I know them. There's been a few new ones. I swear some have changed, but my memory sucks. Faith Hall. Yeah, Faith Hill. Maybe it's the Mandela effect. Could be. Faith Hill, right? Faith Hill is her actual name, I believe. Where are we at here? Let me lean in. I won't get too close because this camera is like insane, right? You want to see like the individual hair follicle in my beard. If I just lean forward, it starts. I don't know if I need all that. High def has gotten too high def, honestly. Like 4K movies, but we don't trust me. I've seen people up close, and sometimes, you know, the Hollywood magic is that like a softer type of lens or how you set a scene is like forgiving on people who just like trust me, we don't want to see pores. We don't need 5K movies with a close-up scene of somebody's like eyelash mite jumping off or something weird. Like, trust me, it's getting wild. Black Eyed Peas. Where what's Black Eyed Peas? Is that a new question? Yeah, you're only epic if you don't even need to read the question anymore. Pretty much. I mean, I can't wait for the stat tracker. So that's something that I talked to with Cuckoo Puffs in Vegas about. Was that sentence structure left a lot to be desired. While in Vegas, something that Cuckoo Puffs discussed with us was a stat tracker concept. I want to see my stats. I want to see. I also so I mentioned this in the survey that went out. I'd love to see stats in a bunch of different ways, right? So like, you know, a sub menu that you can toggle and go between things, right? So imagine that there's like the interactive buttons just like there are in the other menus that we see. And then one will be like vaults, one will be keys, one will be user vaults, one will be cubic crane, something like that. So all of the different stuff that you can do in the game. There might be one that's like blueprints or cubies or resources or something, but actually probably all of them. But so like you go to vaults, and then when you go to that menu, there's by color, right? So you can see blue, total opened, 1,000. Percent correct, 90, right? You got 100 wrong, whatever. But a breakdown of each color so you can see the percentage that you've gotten right, how many you've opened over time, maybe like the total Satoshi and Ethereum that you got from opening those vaults. That might be complicated, but that would be cool because then you could see like what your cost average was over that whole time, or like not cost average technically because you're not buying, but you could see your average sats stacked per vault. That's cool. I just made a thing up. So that'll be nice. Oops. Did something just disappear? I thought I just read a new thing and it was gone now. Chomin. I know what you mean now. You were giving another example, sorry, of a question that needs to be fixed. Black Eyes Peas. That's not a real band. To be fair, a shark is a fish, right? It's a big fish. It's a big fish. Did I see someone refer to themselves as a casual in the pejorative earlier? You did. That was Leppy. It's so funny, right? I got a kick out of that too. West Beach in the house. Yeah. Man, Sorry, I'm like really struggling to see where we are in the chat for some reason. I need to make it bigger, maybe. My eyes. My eyes. Vacation to the coast for a fishing charter. That would be awesome. Up in the Vancouver area, right? Where are you going from, Limpy? A rural casual, the lowest of the low. Yeah, right. This guy had to. The struggle was real. The struggle was real. It's got to be frustrating too to hunt in an area like that, which is very sparse, and you got to go along. I mean, in the very beginning, I was hunting elsewhere and wasn't in these fertile grounds right here. But yeah, frustrating to hear people talk about it when you're like, dude, welcome to my world. I've been doing this, no complaints the whole time. Black Eyed Peas cover band, yeah, only if I get to do the Fergie parts. No. Coin hunt tour. Yeah. Running with the cat. I'm just a casual. No, you're not hijacking. Hey, man, we're all just chatting here, Limpy. You know, you guys are giving me stuff to talk about. Otherwise, I just go, if you look on your left, I'm approaching a blue vault, which is at, where am I right now? Oh, I think I'm on Hollywood now. I think I must have looped around. We missed it completely where Sunset in Hollywood, they do the thing and they go, hey, I'm walking here. And then you go and you turn around. Yeah, must be. Let me just, where is that? Okay, so that's 7. Okay, so 7-Eleven's coming. Yeah, we're approaching like the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Oh, it's right there. You already see it. You see the stars. So we just crept up on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And actually, okay, cool. So here's a perfect time to talk about the video. So there's a key right there, but on the right is my user vault, I think. Did I put that there? Yeah, that's Funko Land. And then Funko Land, I don't know if it's Funko Land, it's this store where people will line up like around the block for hours to get these little kind of like bobblehead type toys. So after observing that, you know that I put one of my user vaults there. I've actually recruited people from the line as they waited right there that I still haven't gotten credit for because I use my QR code. But that's neither here nor there. So yeah, so now we're on Hollywood. We're coming. Where are we at here? I'll look at the street. Oh, I couldn't see it. Oh, there's Pantasia's. So there's another blue vault. Once I answer this question at the Pantasia's Theater. Footage of the toy store, like just me driving by it. You can Google it. Called Funko. Funko. We can have 2 Fergies. I'm with you. Does that mean that you also have dibs? We'll do like a Fergie duet. Yeah, new mechanics to make. So they've been talking about that. I saw something mentioned today that they could link it to like your phone's activity tracker, which is a cool idea. You know, I like the idea of like, yeah, if you're on foot, maybe there's like a taskbar that you gain as you walk, where it's like once you walk a certain amount, you just automatically get a reward of some type, whether it be some, 50 resin or like a blue key or something. Like that's a neat idea. Yeah, to make those rural areas. But honestly, just tell all your friends, and then they tell their friends, and everybody gets the same vaults every day, and then you fill, you rotate around and you take care of each other. You do one user vault at a time. Like it's not rocket science on how to build your area up now that these changes have been made. Imagine hunting before this stuff existed, before user vaults were a thing, before you could plus up your area on your own and build out something that returns keys to you. Struggle is real. Check out the wiki page on Coin Hunt Streamers, Bloc Boi. You are playing live right on the wiki page. It's awesome. What? Really? Shout out to Whitmore Sycamore for telling me about the Wait, no, I'm sorry. You said the wiki page. Dope. I thought you meant the Reddit. So I was gonna say I had dropped Whitmore Sycamore told me about the Reddit, and I dropped my link in there because I don't know. I know that there's some like Anakura I saw in there. I think Limpy I saw in there. There's obviously some people across platforms, but there's probably people who are there who aren't elsewhere, right? Because I wasn't there for a while, obviously, so not everybody's on all the stuff. But that's so dope that it's streaming right there. I will have to take your word for it. I've got so much going on in my computer. I'm surprised it's able to keep up because it's old-ish and it's streaming and it's I don't know. I feel like there's a hamster in there running and it's getting tired, so I don't want to double up and pull up a feed that I'm currently, delivering. But that's awesome. I think that's really neat. Distance walk rewards would be great. I also love to see daily, weekly missions or something of that too. That's okay. So that's something, Showman, that I had mentioned in the survey. If you guys had a chance, guys and gals had a chance to do that, it was actually really interesting, very detailed. You were given the opportunity to give tons of feedback about a bunch of different aspects of the game, which is fantastic. That's one of the reasons why this game is shaping up the way that it is. So anyhow, daily, weekly missions is something that I mentioned. It would be cool to do something that refreshes daily, and then maybe one that's a little bit bigger that refreshes weekly. And obviously, you make it challenging enough to where the daily one is like you can't do it in 5 minutes, right? And the weekly one is something that you couldn't do in 5 minutes a day and achieve. It should be something that rewards you, especially like that's another way that, for example, the rural imbalance, if you will, could be rectified, as if the metrics to achieve them might be a little bit different based on where you are. Because, for example, say that for me, the daily task was like, something reasonable, but also achievable. So it's like, get 30 vaults today, right? Like, too easy. You can get it on foot in an hour, right? Maybe it should be more. I don't know. But just as an example. But in a rural area where they might only have 4 vaults, the daily achievement might be get all 4 vaults, because they might have to go, a fair amount of distance just to get those 4. So I like the daily achievables. That was actually something too that I think I talked to Cuckoo Puffs about. But I like the idea that there are, like you said, missions, but then also achievements, where the missions like change and they're like maybe linked to your HQ and linked to daily or weekly play. I like that. But then the achievements, this is something I want to keep bringing this back up, because I'm just, obviously, I don't know if you guys have caught this yet. I think I've mentioned achievements in like every single stream that I've done. But I would love to see some that are like a published list of achievements where you can see what the, common through legendary progression is, right? And you know what it is. So maybe it's like open 1,000 blue vaults, open 5,000 blue vaults, open 50,000 blue vaults, right? As you progress, I don't know. But I also like the idea of some that you don't know exist. So they're kind of like Easter eggs, but you only stumble across them when you get that achievement, right? And actually, I tied in another idea. Let me know what you guys think about this. So finishing that thought, though. So like, for example, say that getting 5 questions wrong in a row got you like a donkey achievement, like, you're donkey, got 5 wrong, but you wouldn't know it until you got 5 wrong, or something along those lines, right? And then the similar thing that I thought of would be blueprints that drop, but only to people who did one of the unnamed specified achievements within a span. So as an example, I think in my survey I said it'd be cool like monthly, right? It was like, how can we improve blueprints? Because some people are like, like you can't please everybody. You never are going to. But people are like, oh, I don't want to have to buy them. It's like, okay, well, there's ones in the game that you can earn. Oh, well, that's not, you know what I mean? We want them. Or those are too hard to get, whatever. Okay. So maybe you make some that are related to undefined tasks, and only a very small, limited number get awarded to people who complete that task, but you're not notified until the task is closed and it's been completed. So as an example, in this instance, say that there's, 1,000 procrastinator blueprints available, and you get the procrastinator blueprint by letting your timer run out, right? Not doing it on purpose. It happens sometimes. And, so maybe the game keeps a running tally of how many people hit that achievement. Say it's like you let it happen 10 times, right? The first 1,000 people that have a timer run out 10 times, once it hits 1,000, it closes, and then the game sends them to the people, and it's like, congratulations, you got this thing that you didn't even know you were working towards. Static time. Great idea. I'm actually really close to making this announcement. I've typed it into the Discord and then deleted it because I just wasn't sure yet. This was another. I wanted to make sure that I'm to. Oh yeah, that happened. So let me go back in here. Yeah, we're probably running. I don't even know how long. I thought that video on the one side was like an hour of gameplay, but maybe the GoPro was longer. Not sure. We'll let that go for a minute. But yeah, I want to announce a schedule. What I'm planning on doing is Monday, Wednesday, Saturday at this time, 6 p.m. Pacific. Just spit something at the camera. So 369, 3 Hawaii time, 6 California time, 9 East Coast time on those days. And then also, so you said weekly. I have an idea too of there might be each one might be a little bit different, where one might be gameplay, one might be strategy discussion. So I'm figuring that part out. But yeah, I'm going to start doing it on a more regular basis, and more than just once a week, although I like the set schedule idea. And then, yeah, city rewards would be epic. Cool to see all this. Yeah, top cities. So leaderboard expansion is absolutely coming. That was one thing that I'm pretty sure Cuckoo Puffs won't be upset if I share or disclose that. He had mentioned that there's going to be a lot more types, right? There's going to be opportunities for more players to be on the leaderboard. I get it. I understand what people are saying. To get on the global, it's only one. It's 5 spaces. Even though I've made this recommendation several times to expand the global to 10, and then have the same key structure underneath the top 5 for the 6 through 10, but instead of red, it's yellow. So 6 would get 5 yellows, 4 yellows, right? And where 10th would get 1. I think that would be neat to see. And then also the addition of some different boards local, whereas now the local's like country. So really there's only global and country right now, but maybe some local, some state ones would be cool, or some territory ones, whatever y'all in Canada for. I was saying California and Canada at the same time. Whatever y'all Canadians call your areas, territories. Yeah. Stuff like that. Maybe by, city versus whatever. I mean, here's what's going to happen, though, folks, and be careful what you wish for. Bloc Boi is going to show up on your leaderboard that you're like, hey, well, this one was made for us. I'm rural. I'm like, yo, I'm going to drive into the rural area just to pop up on that leaderboard. Just saying. Love the idea of a procrastinator QB, right? I mean, I got a lot of these. I got a lot of ideas. My achievements are kind of really well fleshed out too. So I wish I did have, yeah, I need to whisper in their ear, hey, where are you guys at? I always try to get the info, but I don't necessarily. Yeah. Let me see if maybe Illusion Weaver has something he can let me disclose. Last time he jumped in and told me about the pirate captain QB, and I was able to announce that live on my stream, so the people who were watching were the first to find out, which was cool. I know, right, Limpy? I hope he is chilling in the background. So when I click my thing, it says he's in there. I know he lurks. I mean, obviously these guys are busy, so I doubt he's just captivated. I doubt he's just captivated by whatever it is that I'm doing here. Sloth blueprint for when the timer runs out. That's good too. But a sloth can't help it, right? When the timer runs out, that's on the person. So procrastinator in my mind was like, that's perfect. You get a sloth blueprint if you travel 10 miles moving at less than a mile an hour. Because then you're just like hunting in a walker. Provinces and territories. There you go. I knew there was territories. So provinces are the big areas. Territories are the little areas. Or is that right? Like, yeah, I think that's right. If it's not, I'm embarrassed to be that unknowledgeable about our neighbors to the north. You guys are amazing. You're so great. Slow walker, yeah. I know. I hope I get to, Limpy. I mean, so I just... Okay. All right. Okay. Nothing to announce. Boo. It's all good. It's all good. So, nothing to announce this time. So, what can I announce? I want to make an announcement. Do I have anything to announce? I don't know. I did, yeah. So my announcement, I guess, is that starting next week, I think, I might as well announce it here first. I mean, I was going to type it last night, but I had planned on doing today, which doesn't follow my Monday, Wednesday, Saturday schedule. But whatever. So cool ideas. It's all good. I mean, I've been on here for about an hour. I usually try and keep them about an hour. I've actually went over a little bit. That's why I lost the one thing on the other side. But hey, I just want to say thanks again. If you're still in here, go ahead and say hello in the chat one more time. I'm just curious who's still in here before I end it. You don't have to. I like to take inventory of what's going on. And also, like, there are certain things, as I will say this, there are certain things within Twitch that, like, after I do a stream, it'll tell me, like, these metrics that I've done good at or not. So I'm trying to increase them enough to where, like, when you first start on a platform, whether it be YouTube or this, you're kind of like, you got training wheels. Roll call. There we go. Roll call. Who's still in the house? And you have to do certain things. Like, one of them that I don't think I've done yet is for 10 people to be active in the chat at the same time, which I don't really care about, but I guess it matters because, like, I don't know what it's going to get me, but I know how with YouTube I'm hamstrung because I can't yet create my own, like, what my channel name is, so it's like a weird link, but eventually I'll be able to say YouTube, Bloc Boi YouTube, or whatever it is. So I'm trying to hit some of these metrics, and you guys help me by doing that. So hey, thanks for the stream. Thanks everybody for visiting. Keep stacking them sats. Get out there, hunt the dip while it's here. It's not going to be like this forever. And everybody who came out, I can't even list you all, but, you know, Limpy Anakura, West Beach Music, Princess Hyena, Trugoy, Illusion Weaver, Whitmore Sycamore, Lepi Doctura. Who else was in here? I know Anakura I mentioned, and Z Pokemon want to become famous. Some spam nerd popped up in there. Kentsuji, I think I saw. But everybody who was here, y'all rock. And then I guess I'm going to go and see y'all next time. Bloc Boi out.